What's up, Steam? At Brian Phobos here. We're here for another pool meeting, and today I want to talk about development. And I just wanted to kind of see what you guys thought about developing on the Steem blockchain and how potential development should take place. So one of the things I ran into, and I kind of determined this a long time ago, that out of the 3 or 4 things that the Steem blockchain needs to sort of grow like as an ecosystem is an eBay clone. And I know there's PeerHub. I've actually had some stuff on PeerHub, and one of the things is you can't do direct payments, and it's never really taken off, I think, because of just maybe the kind of the functionality of the site, that kind of thing. And not taking anything away from the developer of it, it's a lot of work to do it. So one of the big reasons, though, like outside of maybe the way it looks and the way it functions, is the fact that I've noticed that people in the crypto community, they're super paranoid. Like, I don't think that the crypto community would ever want somebody else in the crypto community to know their address, like their home address. I know that sounds weird, because you'd be like, well, if you buy something on Amazon or eBay, that person could know their address. And it's like, yeah, technically that's correct, but they could be going under an alias on eBay or Amazon that isn't tied to content that they've created, and that they have no persona or reputation, like the type of reputation that you would have on Steemit, as far as posting and kind of putting yourself out there of your ideas and all that stuff. Somebody could potentially get mad. I don't know. People are paranoid in the crypto world. I've come to learn that in a lot of different ways. So anyway, that's why I don't think an eBay or Amazon clone would work on the Steem blockchain at this point. It's almost got to get to where it would have like maybe 100 million users, I feel like, and maybe people would use that or tap into it. So the other one was, the gig economy, like for Fiverr. So to basically do a Fiverr clone. And so I started working on some stuff to do a Fiverr clone, and I actually learned a lot about how to interact with the blockchain. And I was in initial development, and then basically what happened was there was another group that was working on it, Steem Gigs, but it was like they didn't have any development. It was like they had been going for 2 or 3, well, basically like 3 months of kind of like promoting this hashtag, Steem Gigs, but it was very manualized, very inefficient in my mind, and I just felt like that project wasn't going that fast. And I was kind of surprised that nobody ponied up any money, because some of the people that were backing that project had like fairly big, Steem accounts or Steemit accounts that they could have put a bounty out there for it. But before there was any kind of bounty for anything like a Fiverr clone, there was a bounty that Papa Pepper did, and props to him, for coming out, ponying up the money. And basically he wanted to be able to search like a username and then a tag that person had used. And the solution in a lot of ways was already out there. So I saw the post 2 hours after it was posted. And the thing with it was, there was already there's like a search engine called AskSteem.com, and it was like it already had that functionality essentially that he was talking about. And I thought it was kind of weird, because it was almost like everybody ignored that developer's comments saying like, hey, well, the solution's already right here. I already have it. Here it is. And it was almost like, well, he didn't immediately get the bounty. It was already kind of there. And then it was like there was another person who essentially did the same thing, a little bit different format, to where it would show the picture, the main picture for the post, which I felt was helpful, that kind of thing. And then they end up getting the bounty of 500 or 800 Steem dollars. It was a fairly good bounty for what it was. And I thought, and I messaged Papa Pepper on there. I was like, is this just a free-for-all, or are you going to kind of narrow this down? Because as a developer, personally, I don't like to work on stuff that is just a casino gamble. Like, you may or may not get paid. You're going to like be hacking away at it as fast as you can, and there's 10 other people hacking away, and then whoever's first maybe gets it, and you don't really know, and then you wasted all your time instead of just posting or doing your normal day-to-day. That's part of the reason that I haven't gotten involved in the development. So then moving forward, and props to Papa Pepper, like, he ponied up the money, he got the solution he was looking for, person won the bounty, but the free-for-all, for me, it's not enticing. So then, the second bounty that kind of popped up on my radar was for Jerry Banfield stepped up, and he was like, hey, I want to see this, I want to see like a Fiverr clone, or like an Upwork, basically like, to where people could do work and or do small gigs, that kind of thing. And he already registered a domain that was steamj.com for like Steam jobs. And I don't know, he was offering 2,000 Steam, which is, let's just say $3,000 basically, to do that. And again, it was like, there you go, guys, like, it's a free-for-all. And I actually wrote a comment to him, and I was like, again, props to him. Put up the money talks, bullshit walks. And but it did not entice me. I saw that one like an hour after it was posted, and part of me was like, you know what, I've already got the groundwork already put in on this. But it actually kind of like took the wind out of my sails more than anything. And the why I say that is, I just felt like, okay, I'm not the best developer on the platform. That's why I haven't really focused on the development of stuff. I'm better at content creation. I'm better at interacting with the camera. I'm better at posting my experiences, because I feel like I've had a lot of unique experiences and I have a lot of interest. And the development, it's not easy. And I knew that if I focused 100% of my time on like a Fiverr type clone, that kind of thing, that I would be coding for a week straight, like no questions asked, and I still might not have everything hashed out. And there'd be a lot of further future development. It would be like in a very alpha phase, that kind of stuff. And then also, one of the other problems with a solution that takes any kind of payment is people don't want to use their active keys outside of Steemit, which makes sense, 100% sense. Now, if you're just displaying content from the blockchain, that's fine. Nobody has to log in with any key. Now, if you're going to do something that, like, let's say an upvote bot or that kind of thing, then, all you need is their posting key. People feel a little more comfortable about giving up their posting key because you'll never be able to get to their wallet if you have the posting key. So, that being said, that's what makes like something like a Fiverr clone a lot more difficult. What I was going to do is I was going to give people the option to manually do the payment, and then let the program like verify that they actually made the payment to that particular user's account. That way they didn't ever have to put in their active key if they didn't want to. And then if they wanted to, there would be the availability to utilize Steam Connect, which is a project done by the busy.org folks. So, I mean, I was figuring out a lot, like, and researching into it and doing some initial stuff and all that. But the bounty just kind of took the wind out of me, and I was just like, it's a free-for-all. There's better programmers on here. Now somebody's going to go after this. But the other thing that got me, and again, I'm not talking bad about Jerry Banfield. I actually think he is a very awesome guy. I like his content. I upvote it all the time, and I think he's great for the community. But the other question I just kind of had was that SteamJ, it was like, okay, somebody does this website, for a very complex website, for $3,000. It's not that great, $3,000 to do this super complex website, and then who owns the website? Does Jerry own the website? And it seems like, yes, he would. And so in my mind, it's like, if you're going to own the website, you better be paying me $10,000 maybe, so for that complex a one. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I bust out a Fiverr clone? The issue with it is, if I'm coding all day, I can't do all these posts, and I'm getting paid from the post. So to divert my energy onto something that may or may not earn me any kind of street credit or might not get me paid kind of thing, it makes it kind of tough. But I would like to get into it. Now, besides a Fiverr clone, I mean, tell me if you guys think I should try to go after that. Not the bounty. I'm not going to go for the bounty. I'm just going to do it, and it's going to be my website and everything. And again, somebody else would probably beat me to it, kind of thing. But besides a Fiverr clone, what other solutions do you think should exist on the Steem blockchain to kind of create a more wholesome community and a more robust ecosystem. Anyway, thanks for attending the pool meeting. See you guys later.